Sacrifice over submission. A war against pacifism and the Golden Rule argument. Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that man should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. This passage is known famously as the Golden Rule, and is a common argument favoring pacifism. Generally, absolute, conditional, selective, and active pacifists agree with the Golden Rule and strictly are against violence. The United States Pacifist Party, or USPP, which was founded in 1983, provides a sanctuary to the various passive resistors residing in the United States. One of the USPP's 2012 political platforms was described as USPP members believe that military violates the moral principles of the world's great humanitarian religions. Therefore, pacifists generally believe that war contradicts the moral code of the Golden Rule. However, war in itself can be justified by various events in which ruthless aggressors prove uncontrollable. It is a valid enough point in stating that the Golden Rule can be a successful way to deal with conflicts non-violently. However, the Golden Rule is not always effective and as such should not be considered while debating warfare. Most people will agree with "do to others as you would wish them to do unto you," a rule that ensures equal treatment for all beings. However, the Golden Rule should not be interpreted so literally and strictly when no non-violent solutions are present. Such cases might include the American Revolution or World War II. The citizens of the original 13 colonies attempted to resolve their unfair taxation problems with England through various acts of diplomacy. For instance, on September 1, 1775, the struggling colonists tried one last futile attempt at peace and sent a petition to King George III, known as the Olive Branch Petition. To avoid a full-scale war, the colonists pleaded only to be treated better by the king and cordially blessed with his reign, that your majesty may enjoy a long and prosperous reign, and that your descendants may govern your dominions with honor to themselves and happiness to their subjects, is our sincere prayer. Such sentiments and remarks were oblivious to King George III, who refused to even read the document. Obviously, extending an olive branch did not quell the escalating tension between England and the colonies. A second example in which peaceful negotiations have proved to be inadequate resolutions is that of Nazi aggression before the Second World War. During this period, various European powers attempted to peacefully appease the Nazis, while Hitler and his forces conquered most of Europe. Appeasement was implicated most famously at the 1938 Munich Agreement, which ineffectively dealt with Hitler's desire for further conquest. At this conference, the British Prime Minister, Neville Chamberlain, and Adolf Hitler debated Hitler's desire in annexing the Sudetenland, which was in Czechoslovakia. The two concluded that Hitler could annex the Sudetenland, and in return Hitler promised not to make any further territorial demands in Europe. However, Chamberlain's strive for peace failed when in March 1939 the German army annexed the rest of Czechoslovakia. In conclusion, we all try to abide by a moral code, such as the kind found in the Golden Rule. However, nonviolent means do not always eliminate the threat of tyrannical powers. In such a case, like the American Revolution, no elevated language or kind remarks could eliminate the unfair policies of King George III. Likewise, in World War II, no collaborative conferences or policies of appeasement could hinder the growth of Nazi aggression and oppression. We all can agree on the righteousness of the Golden Rule. However, this moral code should not be implicated while debating inevitable and inescapable warfare.